What is the most popular chocolate bar, or some people say candy bar? To find out, I did a survey at my school to see which one was the champion. In 11th place, with 0.9% of the votes, we have got a tie between Snickers, Wonder Bar, and Three Musketeers. Now we understand why Snickers did this bad. The mix of peanuts, caramel, and corn syrup just does not please many people. For Wonder Bar and Three Musketeers, they are great bars, but they are not very well known in my city. In 10th place, coming in with 1.8% of the votes, we have Crispy Crunch. Now don't get confused with the bar Crunchy, because this one is a lot different. Crispy Crunch is a very hard bar that is difficult to chew. It has an inside of hard, dried out peanut butter to give it a nice crunch to the bar. In 9th place, with 2.7% of the votes, we have a tie between Crunchy and O. Henry. Crunchy is a very popular bar in the United States, but not so much in Canada. Personally, I for one have never had a Crunchy bar. From what I've heard, this inside is a hardened foam that tastes really good. Don't get O. Henry confused with Mr. Big. Though very similar, there is a clear difference between the votes between the two bars. The O. Henry bar has fudge, caramel, and peanuts inside, while the Mr. Big bar has vanilla wafers, caramel, and peanuts inside. In 8th place, with 5.4% of the votes, we have the Twix bar. The Twix bar is personally my favorite chocolate bar with caramel, creamy milk chocolate, and a sugar-coated wafer inside. In 7th place, coming in with 7.2% of the votes, we have the Caramel bar. One of the more popular bars around young kids because of its caramel insides did not quite do as well as expected. Though no one actually does not like this bar, there are other chocolate bars that breach the popularity of the Caramel bar. In 6th place, with 8.1% of the votes, we have Mr. Big. We have already talked about the similarities between Mr. Big and O. Henry. This bar contains vanilla wafers, caramel, and peanuts. This combination makes for a sweet crunch for the people eating it. What is your favorite chocolate bar? Let me know in the comments. In 5th place, with 9% of the votes, we have yet another tie between Aero and Hershey's. If you are watching this from the United States, you might not have heard about the Aero bar since it was first invented in Canada. The Aero bar has tiny air bubbles inside to give it more surface area. The idea is with more surface area, the consumer will get more flavor in one bite. There are many different types and flavors of Hershey's. The almond, the milk chocolate, the dark chocolate, and the white chocolate. This category covers all of those. The most popular flavor of Hershey's is the Hershey's Almonds, a classic when it comes to chocolates. In 4th place with 9.9% of the votes, we have the all-time favorite Kit Kat. Released in 1935, this bar has ruled the chocolate bar world for decades. With 3 delicious wafers coated with the best milk chocolate, Kit Kat is being sold all over the world. In 3rd place with 10.8% of the votes, we have the Mars bar. The tall but short chocolate bar is one of the favorites in the world of bars. Depending on where you are, this bar might taste different. The UK version has caramel in it when the American version does not. In Canada, they tend to sell the UK version instead of the American one. In 2nd place with 11.7% of the votes is Reese's Pieces. I was not sure if I should include this bar or not because technically it is not a chocolate bar, it is a chocolate cup. This also does not fall under the candy category because it is chocolate. So, knowing that it is quite a popular chocolate, I kept it on the list. Reese's Pieces Peanut Butter Cup is a chocolate cup filled with creamy peanut butter. The Reese's brand sells all sorts of products related to the chocolate peanut butter cups. Most recently, they have sold the Reese's Puffs cereal.
Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up.
In 1st place, with 18% of the votes, the most popular bar in Canada, the one and only Coffee Crisp. If you're from the USA, you're probably thinking, what the heck is this Coffee Crisp? The Coffee Crisp bar is a chocolate bar you can only find in Canada. There is coffee flavored candy inside this bar. This coffee candy is alternated with a vanilla wafer, which is then coated in milk chocolate. One of the reasons it is so popular is because it is not as sweet as most other chocolate bars. Most of the bar is the wafer and coffee candy, while a small percent is actually chocolate. If this video gets 15 likes, I'll do a video about whether pineapple belongs on pizza or not. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time.